Hello guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer. This is part 3 of Spherical Nightmares by WizardExt, aka David Lundvall. Click the annotation on your screen to go back to the beginning if you've missed part 1 and 2. You can play catch up. So straight into some more action this time around. So last episode I talked a lot about various combat setups and mechanics in this mod. I think we've had some of the best examples of it now. Now the mod kind of changes pace again after this large battle we're having here. I really like the new environment settings for this area here. It just feels very, very wet. I think David's done a great job with like the fog settings, and I don't know if there's any colour correction here or anything, but done a good job regardless. This whole area is probably my favourite area of non-combat environment, shall we say. It's got a really nice kind of, almost like a kind of Stalker, Shadow Chernobyl vibe to it. You get this big abandoned kind of shipping town, I suppose you could call it, and there's kind of lightning going off in the distance, it's raining, everything is really creepy. It's done a really good job with the atmosphere here. Harold, no! What was I thinking? Don't know what my obsession is with bringing explosive barrels around the map with me, but hey, we'll just go with it. There's some simple puzzle solving required here in order to progress, so you can see the wooden bars barricading the door there. So it's just a simple case of removing them so that you can obviously open it. DJ Source SDK. There's a lot of interesting posters scattered around this area. It's quite heavy on a kind of story exposition. It tells a lot of the story in this mod kind of very passively, through just like little nuggets of information laid around in all the maps, like just little things like little posters and things like that. I probably missed a lot of it, which is perhaps where some of my frustration with the story comes from, that I'm just not getting the full picture. Here we go with the lightning and storm effects. It's really nice. They're not kind of in your face, they're just kind of very subtle. It feels like the storm's kind of a fair way away. It's a real shame that Half-Life 2 can't actually do like really decent storm effects like Stalker can. I think if I had to choose a game with the best kind of lightning and storm effects, the Stalker would win hands down. It's quite amazing. Get all the dancing shadows across all the buildings and everything. Really is a sight to behold. In Half-Life 3, we can hope. In Half-Life 3, we just pin all our hopes on Half-Life 3 at this point. Be the second coming of Jesus at this point. But yeah, there's some nice scripting going on here to kind of enhance the atmospheres, kind of as you walk around and explore this area. There's kind of tiny little scripted things like barrels being knocked out on the road in front of you. There's things like lights turning on and off. And as you can see, I just walked past a battery on the wall here. This kind of gave the whole game away for me. I kind of feel like again, it's another case of finding solutions before you find the problem. So I saw the battery there and I thought, huh, I bet that's useful for something. And then I walk around here and I find another battery. I'm like, huh, another battery, interesting. So now I'm just thinking, okay, I need to find batteries to obviously place in something. Pro tip, don't go in the water. I think the issue here is that on the way into the village you probably should have seen the kind of battery station right there in front of you on your way in. Even the building with the batteries in doesn't really stand out too much, and it's kind of hidden off in a corner somewhere. So yeah, I think I found all the batteries. Yeah, there's another one. I think I found all the batteries before I even found the charging station. Which is a bit of a shame. I was just having so much fun exploring around this area, it's really, really nice. Yeah, so here we are. I think it should have had just something in here to kind of direct the player over to it, like a perhaps kind of really bright sign with like lighting on it or something. Perhaps a bunch of wires coming out to it that are sparking. Then kind of maybe as you get closer, one of the batteries inside the charger kind of pops out and the lights all turn off. Just kind of grab the player's attention that way or something. I think I'm correct in saying that there's more batteries around the environment than you actually need to complete this puzzle. I think that's correct, and I do like that. Just means that different players will find different batteries and, you know, have a bit of divergence there. I think I'm not quite sure if I agree with myself here or not, but maybe it could have been nice to have a little bit of combat in between finding these batteries. I only say that I think because this area takes a while to get through and there's nothing actually kind of combat wise happening. But again, I kind of stopped myself because I just love the atmosphere in that area. It's just really creepy. Just kind of wandering around on edge. It was quite enjoyable regardless. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of on the fence about that. I like these kind of lens flares that David's used on the lights here. Get these big kind of vertical flares. Very, very stylized. I don't think I've seen flares used like that in a Half-Life mod before. I've seen a lot of authors kind of use horizontal flares, but never vertical ones. I actually think it looks quite nice. So again, you can see in this environment there's just tons of physics props everywhere, so that the gravity gun gets a lot of use. And the atmosphere in here again is really nice, great use of ambience. I like that the fog comes in closer as well, so you kind of get zombies coming out of the fog at you. Yeah, it's really nice. Now this area confused me quite a lot. So as you can see, the first thing you see when you come into this area is a zombie getting burnt alive by that steam coming out of there. Now the steam effect is great, you can kind of see the heat haze coming off it, it looks really freaking dangerous. And I really didn't want to go near it, which of course I really couldn't find another way around it. It was just really strange. It just felt like the author was really trying to show me that this thing is super dangerous and you probably don't want to go anywhere near it. So I was like, okay, I won't. And I couldn't find any other way around it. So in the end I just totally YOLO'd it and just ran through, and basically it was fine. Really strange. Yeah, I was thinking, do I have to build a bridge of physics props? Is there a way to get up on these pipes around the side to get over it? I mean, there's even like a fence opposite the actual steam to kind of stop you from dipping into that little recess there. So I thought, man, he's trying really hard to stop me from finding a way around this thing. So there's got to be a solution somewhere, but hell if I could find one. If I completely missed an obvious way around it, then do let me know in the comments. But yeah, I just thought that was really strange. I did explore around for a really long while, but I cut out a lot of that because it was just really boring watching me kind of bang my head against the brick wall. So here we go. YOLO time. There we go. Maybe 10 damage. So yeah, I think presentation-wise, if that really was like an instant death steam trap, I think presentation-wise it would have been 10 out of 10, because I really understood that that thing was dangerous. I wasn't going to go anywhere near it, but unfortunately that didn't seem to be the intent. This area kind of confused me for a little while as well. It's kind of, I suppose you could call it a process of elimination. I mean, you walk around the environment, there's nothing obvious to interact with. The only thing that really stood out to me after a while was the barrels behind that gate there, so I just thought, what the hell, I'll try shooting them and see if something happens. And voila, we get a hole in the wall. I think just kind of arbitrary things like that, like blowing something up and, oh look, a hole in the wall. It just kind of feels out of place with how explosives work in Half-Life 2. They generally don't make holes in walls unless it's scripted to do so. I really think you need to have some kind of visual to kind of show the player that this wall is weak and an explosion could, you know, break it. Perhaps there was a hole in the wall there already. Kind of a small hole to kind of give the player a clue. I don't remember if there was though. I'll have to go and double check. But yeah, I generally dislike things like that. It just feels very gamey. Now I'm stuck in a room with thousands of head crabs, oh god. The enemy variety is quite good here. I like the occasional use of a poison head crab to kind of really spice things up a bit. They're really good at doing that. This had the potential to be really annoying, but luckily it doesn't go on too long. It's just a couple of enemies. I like the fact that there's lots of wooden planks that you have to break to get out the door here, so if you decide I'm just going to ignore the head crabs and try and run, then you're going to take a bit of damage as a result, because it takes a while to break through all those planks. If it was just 1 or 2 planks, you could just break it open really quickly and run out. And now more zombies. These bloody barnacles keep stealing my saw blade. Okay, the part 4 final part will be up probably somewhere over the weekend. Until then, I will see you guys next time.